Blog Talk Radio.
Raw living is a state of mind, a way of being in alignment with your body. Raw living means you put yourself and your body first. Your host, Sidhu-Robb, is the founder of Nosh Detox, located in the UK. They offer innovative raw food smoothies sold across Europe. You experience it in your skin, your body, and your mind. And now it's time for Living Raw Radio.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Living Raw Radio. It is wonderful to be with you again this week. And this week we are going to talk about something that is completely dear to so many of our hearts because we are struggling. We're sniffling, we're snuffling, we're sneezing, and we're doing lots of other S things. And it's just really tough. It's awful. It is hay fever. I'm trying to think. There was other words for it. From the hay fever comes asthma. From the asthma comes itching. It all comes. So today we're going to talk to our fabulous nutritionist, Candice, who is a naturopathic nutritionist. She's going to talk to us about what she thinks will help us and how to make it better. Candice, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi. Hello, everyone. Nice to join you on the radio show. And, yeah, it's that season again here in London where all the pollens just popped. And there's a lot of pollution as well. I don't know if everyone saw on the news quite a while ago, pollution was very heavy in London and there was a lot of sneezing and itchy eyes and skin rashes going around and actually quite serious asthma for young children as well who ended up in hospital and needed extra support. So, yeah, thought we would speak about that today.
Yeah, so what causes the hay fever, basically?
Well, to be honest with you, where it starts is in the gut, to be honest with you. That is where cellularly our gut lining might not be strong enough, and I'm just going to explain it in very easy terms for you to understand, because if we can make small differences to strengthen our gut lining to prevent these particles, whether they be pollution or like when we get allergic from cats, it's not the cat fur that we get allergic to, it's because the cats are licking their fur, so their spittle is on their fur, and somehow it's aggravating us because our gut lining isn't strong enough, or we're breathing in and it's being absorbed through our capillaries. So it's all about strengthening on a cellular level our gut lining to protect us. So these particles just bounce off and get either dissolved by our hydrochloric acid levels or just pass through our digestive system and hook onto things like fiber and things like that. So yeah, so it's all about strengthening the gut lining. Otherwise, it leaks into our bloodstream, which causes all kinds of misery. Yeah, basically.
Oh gosh. So when what other triggers are there? You've just said animal hair. What other triggers are there? Yeah.
So basically, there's different forms of allergenic that could aggravate people. So you get hay fever from the general pollens. It could be tree or grass, or there's different ones. Rapeseed. The rapeseed oil plantations now are very much in demand, and so the yellow little flower has also, seeing as they're planting very many more of those, is really aggravating people. But things like dust and feathers and fungus spores, people don't even realize that they might have a damp problem behind one of their cupboards, and they're breathing in all these black fungus spores that are invisible to the eye, but it's sitting on the chest, and you can end up in hospital and really, really damage. Can do a lot of damage to your immune system, because your immune system would be on hike from these molds and these fungal spores, or even the dust mites in your bedroom. Make sure you're changing your sheets and enough, because you could be breathing in this, and your immune system will be on high alert because your body's absorbing and fighting with itself, shall we say.
So why? Because it's trying to get rid of this stuff?
Well, basically because either your health status isn't good and it's leaking into your bloodstream through your gut lining, or that you're breathing it in, so it's going into your lungs and straight into the bloodstream again. So there's various ways that it can enter into the body, and it just depends on how strong you are as a person. I mean, if you've been living with mold behind your cupboard and you're not aware of it for over 2 years, that is quite a lot of fungal spores that you could have already inhaled, if that makes sense. It
does. So what makes, how is it, what are the symptoms? So tell me firstly, what are the symptoms of having an allergic reaction?
Yeah, sure. So we've got the IgE-mediated route of exposure, which is basically the route that gets into your body. So the general is the gastrointestinal, so through your gut lining, cutaneous, and respiratory, which is the other ways that we breathe in. And the reaction could be anything from skin rash to an anaphylactic shock, which you could end up in hospital, which you'd need an EpiPen or adrenaline or medication to bring it down.
Okay, but the common ones tend to be
rhinitis. Yeah, so rhinitis is when your nose is running and your eyes are itchy and you've got a skin rash, and no matter how much you blow your nose, it's just continuous. It's like someone's turned on the waterworks as well. It can be really bad for some people, sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. So yeah, there's different reactions, but once you study them, you could usually find out which ones are linked to what. I mean,
so how do people find out? Sorry, how do people find out can you eliminate various things? How would you find out the thing that's making you? Because, like, I know my son has really bad hay fever, but he'll say, "Oh, it's the grass. Oh, it's this." But weirdly, for him, it's worse in the house than outside of the house.
Okay.
How would you find out for people that they don't know which one it is?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, we here at NOSH, we can test for people. We could do a basic allergy test, which tests over 40 or 50 foods, or whether they can also tell if they test your hair, if you don't dye your hair, like a mineral test, and they could tell whether it's pollution or it's your hair dye or it's your clothes or of your soap. I mean, it is quite a bit of investigative work, but seeing a naturopathic nutritionist can also do a case study with you, and it's a bit of delving around and asking a lot of questions. For your son, for instance, so you say he's worse inside the house. Do you want to know why that is?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to find out why, right?
Do you think it might be do you have pets or...
Yeah, but it's something that only came out when he was older. Do people get that as well? I've heard that before, where people start, when they get older, being susceptible to hay fever and asthma.
Yes. I mean, quite possibly, again, look at his gut and just make sure that he's resting well. Stress would also wear that down and make you more susceptible to getting allergy. So possibly he's writing exams or he's stressed about something, and therefore he might need extra gut support or something to boost his immune system if it's running on high alert. So it takes a bit of investigating.
It's a good thing to start with the conversation. So how do you suggest? Because I know that I can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 suggestions, which we've actually posted as a document for people to be able to look at. Can you walk me slowly through each of these and perhaps give me an example of each one? So, like with the first one for you was strengthen the gut by giving the digestion a break. So that would be the leaky gut concept.
That would be the leaky gut concept, yes.
When you're saying a vegetable juice fast, you're suggesting that. How come?
Why I'm suggesting a juice fast is just because we are living such a fast-paced world. We're grabbing sandwiches and eating big plates of food, but we're stressed, so our digestive system almost closes down in a sense, and we don't really absorb all this food, and we're not breaking it down very well. So by having a juice fast, you're not only giving your digestion a break, but you also have a smaller molecules of nutrition to absorb. Therefore, your body's got more nutrients and micronutrients to build and restore on a cellular level.
Right.
If that makes sense. And then
so it's
also,
almost like because it's giving it a rest, it's allowing
yes.
it to heal, and therefore it's making everything stronger, because the body does make itself stronger as soon as it can, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. And also you're giving your body a break from sugar, wheat, and dairy, which are large particles, and if your gut lining is not strong, they leak into your bloodstream and cause havoc by your immune system getting aggravated, and the allergic reactions gets worse. So purely that's just something simple that you can incorporate into your month. A 3-day juice fast twice a month would be a fantastic way to strengthen the gut lining and tone the digestive system, shall we say, on a cellular level.
Well, and it will help with everything, won't it? It's not just going to help with one thing.
Yes, not just with one thing, no. Definitely not.
What do you do for itchy eyes? Because I've noticed that he gets really, really itchy eyes.
Yeah, I mean, great if you can get a gel mask and keep it in the fridge, a cool gel mask, because the coolness will really cool it down, or cucumber slices on the eyes, and then steeped tea bags. I use chamomile tea bags. They bring down the itchy red puffiness if they're a bit swollen, but also black tea bags. It's an astringent, they say, so it brings down the swelling. It helps the eyes and soothes and cools and soothes the irritation very quickly. The cool cucumbers work great, and then the tea bags to just kind of bring down the swelling as well.
Oh, fantastic. That's a really good idea. Although I can't really see how to get tea bags on a teenage boy, but it's a good effort. I'm willing to look at that.
Because once they start rubbing, it's hard to stop, but that might help cool it down. Maybe the tea bags, I don't know how you're going to do that. That would be quite a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Getting him to look at the tea bags is going to be really difficult.
What does he do when he gets really allergenic? What does he do? Just grab an antihistamine? Does that generally help?
Yeah, and it doesn't help really that much, so he doesn't. And also we found recently that most of the antihistamine pills are made with lactose. So it's something to be really aware of. Whereas the liquids he can have, and he's allergic to dairy, so he can't have those. So it's difficult.
Yeah, because that's why I said, hay fever sufferers should always choose hypoallergenic supplements. So make sure that there are no fillers in them, and they do tend to fill it with lactose, soy, or wheat, or other harsh powders that actually disrupt and are very abrasive to the digestive system as well. So that's not always easy to just keep grabbing those pills. It causes more problem to that allergy, actually. Yeah.
So what else?
Essential oils to steam and put your head over, like an Olbas oil or lavender or peppermint oil. And we forget about that.
I've heard about using Olbas oil. Why does that work?
It just opens the airways, because all the capillaries in your nose are all swollen and stuffy, and it just opens the airways and makes the capillaries pull together slightly, so they're not so open. It just soothes the hole and clears the congestion, especially for little children. That's a good one as well. Vicks, even a bit of Vicks in hot water would do the trick quite, and they can just steam themselves and sleep better. Definitely.
And they also quite enjoy it when you get them to do that, and you have the eyes closed and stuff. Little kids, I've noticed, really enjoy that.
They do.
Yeah, okay. What happens with the fact that you are... okay, so I suppose that if you steam it, then you can see... Yeah, okay, because one of the problems with the allergies is that you just get so tired because you don't stop sneezing all day. Your nose gets really dry, everything doesn't work, so that's a really, really big problem.
Yeah, that's where naturopathic nutritionists can also help you draw up a protocol for you of supplements that might benefit you. So B vitamins would be a good one for energy.
B for Bertie,
B for Bertie, and then as well as the food state ones like quercetin and vitamin C. They all help. And bromelain, they all help strengthen again your digestive system with enzymes, as well as vitamin C repairing on a cellular level, and the quercetin brings down the swelling of the inflammation that because the allergy, the symptoms is all we see, but inside our body's at war. You know, it's at war with all this. The misery we see is just the tip of the iceberg. Inside the body's like on guard, and it's tiring, like you say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it thinks it's having to support and protect, right? And that's exhausting because you use a lot of adrenaline for that, and that's tiring as well because it then uses more multivitamins, more nutrients. In protecting itself. So whatever happens, they should be on a very, very good multivitamin. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah. And
I actually took my son for a vitamin C drip, and I found that the drip, because it's got so much vitamin C in it, really helped with the hay fever.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because
I didn't know why.
It's an antioxidant. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had vitamin B in it as well, and it had magnesium.
That's great. I think a hay fever vitamin drip would be the next best thing. I think
we should make one.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's much better than taking all those horrible. How much money do people spend on these horrible anti-allergy medicines?
Antihistamines, which don't work as well, right?
I mean, all they do is block the histamine reaction, the natural chemical reaction in the body. All they do is blocking that, but the symptoms are, it's still happening. You're not seeing the itchy eyes or the runny nose. So whereas the vitamin drip or the vitamins and supplements will help you protect your cells because they're high in antioxidants. So antioxidants come around your cells. They mop up all the free radicals caused by all the allergic reaction and protects the cell on a cellular level. That's why it probably works so well. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it has been a really, really. I mean, it's something that really did work for him. I've noticed that you said that about using lip balm in your nose.
Yes. Yeah. So
I've never had that before. Why would you put lip balm on your nose?
Yeah, they do actually make a product now. Someone's actually went ahead and did it, and I usually did it for years anyway. I just take a bit of lip balm, put it on my fingers, and put it on the inside of my nose and on my eyelids, obviously with clean hands. And then the pollen that floats around, it sticks to the Haymax. I call it Haymax now. It's a lip balm, and it sticks to the lip balm, and you just take it off, you rub it off. So if you know you're going to walk through a field with your family and you know you're prone to hay fever, just take a bit of lip balm, put it in the inside of your nose, on top of your eyelids, and the pollen sticks to it. Then after the walk, you wipe it off, and you have a shower, wash your hair, get the clothes off, and if you're in the countryside, and then swap your clothes, and that's a great way of keeping the pollen off your breathing it in and keeping it out of your airways.
That's really clever. I've just never thought of that. And then what it does is it stops the inflammation, the irritation, everything. That's genius. I think that's so clever.
It's very simple, but it works. And if you're going to be in the countryside all day, then you do it 2 or 3 times because obviously the pollen can only stick to the surface area so much. Tiny little particles floating around that you're breathing in. It sticks to that, and you just wipe it off with a tissue. Yeah, it works really well.
And then that also makes a difference with, which is why you've suggested showering.
Yes. So showering, because the pollen would get stuck in your hair. Because I love going for walks here in the English countryside, and during certain parts of the year, the pollen's just everywhere. So yeah, when you get back, it sticks in your hair. Give it a good wash, and your clothes. Change your clothes as soon as you walk in, and close your windows as well. Make sure the windows of the countryside house, or even if you're at home and there's a lot of trees around you, make sure your windows are closed because the wind picks up. And usually they say the pollen counts highest around 5-6 o'clock late
in the evening.
Yes.
Why would you? Okay, so I'm clearly being really sick about this, but why would you not have pollen the highest in the morning?
They do. It is highest in the morning and in the evening. It is high in the morning as well. Yeah, they say in the mornings as well. That's why they usually take the reading in the morning. But then it kind of it falls down for during the day. From about, I think it was about 11 on till 4 or something. They say it drops a bit and then it picks up again. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's the way plants germinate or if it's just for a period of time. I'm not too sure actually, but that's just what they said.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know, wouldn't it?
It does help.
Okay, fantastic. So you suffer from hay fever then?
I do, but since I've been taking good care, I've been juicing quite a lot, and I make a lot of cabbage juice, which sounds disgusting, I know. But cabbage is high in glutamine, and it actually fixes the gut on a cellular level. It's an amino acid that repairs...
Yeah, because my son had glutamine in a powdered form. Are you saying that if you juice cabbage, it will have the glutamine?
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's where glutamine is found highest, in cabbages. Yeah. It doesn't taste very nice, but I also eat a lot of sauerkraut.
Oh, yeah, and that's just good for your gut no matter what.
Exactly, and there's probiotics in there as well, and fiber, and the glutamine is found naturally in there. So since I've been doing that, I find that my hay fever, I'm absolutely really good. Unless I go into tall grass, I'm allergic to the grass in the countryside. If I go walking through fields, I'll get serious hay fever. But pollution doesn't bug me anymore at all. It used to. I'm fine with it now, since my gut lining has definitely had some work done to it over the last year.
Oh, fantastic. That's so clever. So I'm really pleased, because that means that it's actually doable, because usually you just hear about this and people have suffered for years and years and years. I remember growing up, my mother really struggled with that. They just didn't, she had no, and there was nothing that she knew how to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know people who have to go and have injections at the NHS, at our national healthcare system. They have to go and book proper antihistamine injections, really strong stuff, so that, because they're wiped out. They can't get out of bed for days with hay fever. There's a lot of that. A lot of them tend to be older men, though, that I've come across.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other things that we can do to heal the gut are things that we actually believe in NOSH as well, because dairy and gluten are something that really cause trouble with the gut. So cutting them out is a great way for the gut to heal, isn't it?
That's right. Just until the gut's nice and strong, then you can reintroduce small bits of dairy, and it's not saying that you need to do it permanently. It's just something that you need to do for a while. So,
well, how do you judge that it's enough time?
Generally, 2 months is a good period.
Right.
I'm giving this as a generalization. Obviously, everyone's different, and some people need a lot more work than others, as we know.
Yes.
With certain things, but 2 months is a good challenge for you to try and do it at home. And try and do at least a juice fast, a part juice fast. So when I say part juice fast, try and do a liquid diet twice in the evening. So from about 6 till 10 p.m., all you have is a juice or a soup twice a week, or partake in a juice fast for twice a month for 3 days. So twice a month, 3 days. And that will improve quite a lot, as well as cutting out wheat and dairy for 2 months. And then what you can do is see how you react to pollen and any irritants, or how your asthma is. Asthma is a great one to see the improvements with your sport, especially.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you actually, once you start to give up, the concept that you have to eat solid food all the time, it's remarkable how much of a difference it actually makes to your life. If we could persuade everybody, they do this whole no meat Friday. Yes. If you could do a no food Friday,
yes. Yeah.
You should really try and do that. That's such a good idea. I mean, honestly, one of the biggest differences in your world would be by not eating food for a day. Drink juice, drink soup. Don't care what you drink, frankly. Just don't have anything solid. The rest that it gives your digestion is a phenomenal product.
So it's like your body can have, and the molecules are smaller, so it's easier for your body to take what it needs to rebuild and repair. Give it time to repair.
Yes, exactly. Fantastic. Okay, that was brilliant. Thank you very much, Candice. That was really helpful.
Okay, that's fine.
And I just learned a couple of things that I had no idea about, so that was great. And it was really fantastic. If you want to have a chat with Candice, or you'd like to book in with her, you can send us an email at nutritionist@noshdetox.com. nutritionist@noshdetox.com, or give us a call on 0845-257-6674. And if you're an existing client of ours, you can anyway ring in and have a chat to any of us about what we do, because we're happy to talk to you. You don't have to pay for it. You book in for a consult, you can pay for that. Don't book in for a consult, just call in to have a chat. We're always happy to talk to you.
Great.
That right, isn't it, Andy, Candice?
I don't know. That's great. Yeah, no. Are we still on? Sorry. I didn't realize. Great.
So, Living Raw Radio, and thank you so much for joining us again this evening, and it has been lovely hanging out with you. And Candice, thank you for all your time.
That's great. No worries. Thank you. I enjoyed that too. Take care.
And we will be back next week.
Bye.
Detox is an award-winning company for your ultimate health improvement. Nosh Detox system works on all areas of the body, having dealt with thousands of clients whose health dramatically improved within days. For more details, visit noshdetox.com. noshdetox.com.
Sluggish? Do you feel bloated? Is your energy levels really low? Do you find everything that you eat goes straight to fat? My name is Candice, and I am the naturopathic nutritionist at Nosh Detox. I am here to tell you that your body needs a rest. If that sounds like you are ready to try a Nosh juice fast. A juice fast is the most natural way for your body to detox, while providing you all the life-saving minerals and vitamins that your body needs and craves. From beginners to advanced juices, we have all the options that may be available to you or suited to you. Call me on 0845 257 6674 or go to noshdetox.com and click on the right program for you. I'm right here to help you and support you. Thank you.